So what was the first thing that you built as a company?
The first thing I built as a company was a 1222, and I built that in my basement.
Awesome.
In my garage in my basement is where I built it. It was a 24 by 24 shop, and that's where Eastonmade started.
What was the inspiration for it?
Well, I quit my job, and Stacy wasn't very happy, and she was 5 months pregnant with Jack, our oldest boy, so I had to come up with something pretty quick.
Yeah, I know my wife would not be happy if I quit my job.
No, she wasn't terribly impressed.
So you didn't seek her advice first?
No, I was working for Dad. So Dad owned Bell's Firewood Processors.
Okay.
So I quit a really good job. I was a millwright at a local factory, good paying job. So I did that to go back and work for Dad. And when I did that, me and Dad normally didn't work well together. So I got to at least try it one more time. So I made it about 4 months, and then came home, about 4 o'clock, Stacy came home, I was sitting at the table drinking a beer. She said, "What are you doing home?" Normally I work a lot of hours, right?
Yeah.
Said, "I quit." And you could see her face kind of turn there, and she said, "What do you mean you quit?" I said, "Well, I quit working for Dad." But this time she was starting to get wound up a wee bit. And then they said, "Well, what are you going to do?" I said, "Well, I think I'm going to build wood splitters." That was the wrong thing to say. She wasn't terribly impressed with me for a long time after that, but it took me, that was, I guess, the end of November. It would have been right after Thanksgiving, probably, and around there for you guys. And February 2nd, I delivered the first Eastonmade wood splitter, and it was 1222, so.
Wow. So that was 4 months?
Yeah, well, it was, we were about 2 months by the time I designed and got it built and out there and running, and it was one of those things. I thought if I built like 9 or 10 of them a year, I'd have beer money and money in my pocket. I never thought it would turn into this at all. I thought it was
Nice surprise, huh?
It was, yeah, it was. I've had a lot of good people around. Like, Stacy's been really supportive, and I've had a lot of really good friends and lots of good people working for me and with me and around me. And
great.
It makes a world of difference anyways, yeah.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
I've heard people say, the founder of Microsoft, he's not that great. He just had great people around him. Well, that sounds pretty great to me.
Yeah, you don't need to be the best. You just have to have the best around you. That's the honest to God truth. I've got a pretty amazing team of people that can do just about anything. So I've been really, really lucky on that end of it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, I've been lucky on that end. You guys want to see that 1222 run?
Sure. we have friends that have, I think it's a 1222 with an attached conveyor.
Oh, yeah.
And I was very impressed.
Yeah, they do work really well. Come on over, I'll show you.
All right.
I'll show you this box stretch machine running here.
Okay. What is the next model up from this one?
So this is our 1222. The next one up is going to be the 2228. That's on the other side.
That's what he has.
That's what he'll have. Yeah, if he's got a attached conveyor on it.
Yeah.
That'll be a 2228, and then.
You could have corrected me there.
Oh, that's all right. I thought you were doing great. And then the machine on the end, that's a 37D. So that's the biggest.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Well, come on now. We'll show you that one. We'll go right down.
Where did you source your wood? Do they bring it to you?
Yeah, they bring it to us, and they did a really good job. They brought us some really gravy wood this year. Like it's
no knots.
No, it makes us look pretty good. I gotta say, it does make us look good.
So the process here is to.
So you turn the key on. You'll see the glow plug light come on. And once it's off, you can fire it up.
And that's a Kubota diesel?
Kubota, yeah, 902. It's the same as what would be in a lot of compact tractors.
I have that in a mini loader.
That'd be exactly the same engine, yeah.
can't remember how long it used to take me to do this with an axe.
I bet you, yeah, I bet you.
Because you got some red oak.
Yeah, I got some red oak and there's some gum there.
Is this gum? I was gonna say poplar, but that could be, that might be gum.
I think that's the gum.
I think so.
You can see how it peels apart there. It's got that really, really ugly green in it. It's normally not too fun of stuff to split, but it goes through it pretty good.
There's two different types of gum around here, and this is the straight grain gum.
Yeah, you can get black gum and sweet gum.
Yeah.
I don't know what the difference is in the two of them, but
One's really, really nasty.
yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
that was impressive.
Well, guys, I appreciate you stopping by, and I wish you the best of luck on the YouTube journey. You guys
well,
are
thank
awesome.
you.
So if you're watching this, make sure you give her a thumbs up and subscribe,
Wait, speak into the mic.
Make sure you give her a thumbs up and subscribe,
Thank you.
Yeah.
And he said, talk to Henry. You probably have a lot of good advice. So, putting you on the spot.
What, YouTube channel?
Yeah, well, remember when I first started doing YouTube? And I'd be out back doing like 10 takes on a video. Remember the time I did the claw video and you were sitting in the corner of the desk next to me, and you laughed the whole time. Every time I had to mess it up and go back over it again.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, you had a good time with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you're a lot better at them. So
Oh yeah, I've gotten better. It all takes practice. That's what's all about.
So is he the test audience? If he likes it, then everybody likes it?
Oh yeah, for the most part.
it used to be.
Yeah, it used to be for a long time. Yeah. You see, my desk was here and Henry's desk was here, so we're normally always beside one another.
So he said, just be yourself. Is that the biggest advice?
Yeah, that works the best.
And you might remember Henry from such films. What was that one we did with the carp? You'll have to watch that one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the one with the ball and all that.
Yeah, are you faster with them all or something? It was one of our early videos we did. But my buddy Jamie is probably my height, a little bit bigger than taller than I am. But the guy's got to weigh like 280 pounds. Like you think of like stereotypical Canadian lumberjack?
Yeah,
That
big
is
dude.
Carp. That's a great big man. We put Carp up on a couple of blocks, so he was about this much taller than Henry, and we zoomed out. And Carp was the guy splitting the wood.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think we've got a story about Big Henry doing that, racing the steam engine.
Yeah.
He beat it but died.
Well, I'll show you how this thing works.
Yes, please. I'm actually very interested in this for my mini loader.
Well, it works good.
And you said this is off of that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's pretty well. If you look at it, it's the top half of the axis.
Yeah.
It's like if you lop the bottom of it off, that's big up.
And do you have just a single blade, or do you have other blades for
We
it?
just do it with a single wedge on it. You could probably do a 4-way on it, but
You don't know what they're running.
that's exactly it. So depending on what the pressure is on, like a compact tractor doesn't run the same pressure as a mini skid loader or whatever, right? So, and the nice thing with this too, with just one wedge on it, you can manipulate the rounds really well. I'll show you how it works here.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can make it look really pretty. Give me a minute.
Yeah, no editing right now, so even
Oh, I know.
raw footage.
You're gonna have to cut some of this in.
10 takes.
Yeah.
Take one. Looks like he really knows the machine.
It does work pretty good. We had one at the shop when we first built it. The machine was a lot smoother. It was I think it was in a, where was it? It was like an orange. It wasn't a Kubota, but it worked. It was better than this one.
Is this provided by the show?
Nope, we had to rent that one. It worked pretty handy though, like to set up all the machines and stuff. It came with pallet forks. We have a ball we flip on it and move all the machines where we wanted, and it was pretty handy.
Whose idea was this mini loader attachment?
Andrew always kind of wanted to do one, and then we had an engineer, he's a student or whatever, so he's there for co-op, and he basically took the axis design and then made one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a great take it from the parts bin.
Yep. We've been talking about trying to get one to make it mount onto like a KX40 or something like it. That'd be really handy on a mini axe.
Yes.
The problem is there's so many different like ears and stuff. Like between a KX40 and like a KX80, the buckets are different. And then like John Deere's different. And like
Yeah.
as these are more universal, right? They're like everyone runs the same little place.
Impressive. I like it.
Works really, really nice.
The only thing is you tore up the turf over here.
I know that's where you need an event loader or something like that, so you're a little gentler on it.
Yeah.
Hold the
I
fort-
see
hold
your.
the fort down.
Yeah, you're holding up the machine. That's very nice.
It's okay now.
How you doing?
Great. How are you,
Trevor.
James?
Nice to meet you.
Very nice meeting you, Trevor.
So this is kind of the cool thing about this machine. It's automatic, right? So when you turn it on, you get the home screen, you hit enter. All your engine stuff is in here, so you can start it, stop it, your speed, all that stuff. So that's your engine screen. You can start it, stop it, high idle, low idle. The next screen is going to be your run screen. So you can turn your saw on, your conveyor on, run it reverse. It tells you how much wood you've done with it. So it'll tell you how many cords of wood the machine's done. You can set your log length because your log length will change how the volume of wood you've done. How many cords you've done on this particular job. The next one is your job time, how long you've been running the machine for. Next one's how many cords an hour you've done on the job. And the next one's how much fuel you've used.
Wow.
And then the next screen is just your setup screen. So if you need to look your live deck, set up your conveyor or whatever. So
I saw that fuel was in metric, and we don't understand that.
Oh,
around
liters.
here.
That's the only way to go with it.
Can we change the settings for?
100%. So if you look at this, it says operator absent on it.
Yes.
So once you hold on to the controls, it'll go into manual mode. And then as soon as you hit that green button twice, it turns into auto mode. So then it'll run automatically. So you can run it either manually or automatic. And the nice thing about that is when you let go of the controls, nothing will work. So as soon as you let go of it, it shuts the whole machine off. You're good to go with that. So it's very, very safe.
Where are the sensors? Is it down in here? Like
No, they're right here on the front.
Oh,
of it.
okay. So you
got
got triggers.
them, yeah. So it's a really, really neat setup on that end of it. We'll fire this up for you.
So you have software engineers to write all
There's
that?
a lot of fucking around to get it right.
Yeah.
There's a handful of things we still have to do with it. Like if you watch this run, when I said in automatic mode, it does like a homing sequence, and then there's a bit of a delay in there. So we got to shorten the delay up a wee bit and change kind of how that's set up. But other than that, everything's working really, really nice on it. It's smooth as glass.
And the engine, of course, you're at idle, but it's not very loud at this point.
Even when you rev it up, it's not loud. The saw on the conveyor is a loud part of it. Once you're that stuff on, it gets pretty noisy. But so that's the whole machine will just run. You literally just stand there and the machine runs itself.
Yes.
And oh, it's incredible.
What type of production can you expect out of this? If you kept the
Probably
log deck.
if you have nice wood, 2 to 3 full cord an hour out of it, and that's realistic. I can
Right.
blow smoke up you and tell you 6, but
I would rather hear 6.
yeah.
And how many gallon or liters do you hold in the tank for the
I think it's
hydraulics?
60 gallons.
Is that the fuel or the hydraulics?
The fuel's 60 gallons, hydraulics around 100.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got pretty big pumps on it. It was kind of one of those things that once we got good pricing on the engine, we kind of went down a rabbit hole with it. Like if you look at the stuff that we had last fall, on run a 35 horse Yanmar, and now we're up to 74 horse Deutz on it.
Oh, wow.
But Deutz came back with really good pricing. It was a couple $1,000s more than the smaller Yanmar. And we thought we have the horsepower, we may as well run the pumps and do this and do that.
Yes.
This is kind of what it's morphed into, but this is at this price point. This machine here is around $130,000 right now, and
Canadian,
American, and you'll never find anything that'll at that price range that'll perform on this level. It's gonna be that easy to use. It's I'm really happy how it turned out.
Kawasaki pumps?
Kawasaki pumps.
I did not know that, but I'm not surprised because Japanese tend to make almost everything from one company.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. We've been running Kawasaki pumps for a long time on the processors, probably 3 years. We have really good luck with them. I don't think we've ever touched one actually.
That's great. And how is getting parts for you to source coming off, the last 3 years of?
It's a lot better now. It was really tricky to get stuff, but now it's not too bad. The biggest thing with it, especially if you're manufacturing, is just planning. Like you need to make sure you can forecast stuff and look ahead and kind of see where stuff's heading anyways. So that's the hardest part of it. If we're missing something, it's normally our own fault now.
And why did you choose a circular blade for this?
Very minimal maintenance. Compared to a chainsaw, very minimal maintenance. And you can see that saw that's on there is a really thin curve compared to like one of these guys. So it's not near as aggressive. So when you get down at last 2 or 3 feet of the log, you don't need to worry about it kicking a block out. Where with this, you got to be a little more careful with it. But on this thing here, it's a positive lock clamp system on it. It's smooth. It's nice.
Wow.
Like I said, I'm really this has been a big project that's been like a real thorn in my side, but we're finally at the point where it's working great. It's working awesome.
Is every project that way? Like when you guys designed this?
Oh yeah.
Was it? So nothing out of the ordinary here.
No. Like, we've spent a lot of time on this. Like we've spent probably you think we had it run last September. What is it now? April. So that's we've had about 8 or 9 months of like R&D on it, like just making sure everything's going to work on, nothing's going to break. It's been. I'm glad we did it because I'm very confident when somebody gets one of these machines, it's going to be perfect for them. So
great. Well, thank you so much.
well, thanks a lot, James. Great, man.
Very nice meeting you, and thank you for the tour.
Yeah.
I'll pay you later.